Hello everyone, I'm Krasi and I will be talking about the week to come from astrological perspective, day by day. I'm using the sidereal, the astronomical zodiac. From next week on, I will make my prognosis for the weeks every time on Saturday. It will be more convenient for people who live in different geographical coordinates. So we will be talking about the week starting on 19th of October until 25th of October. It is another very interesting and important week. We have important configurations on the sky. I will make my overview just to explain you what is going on. And after that, we'll be looking at each of the 7 lunar days. So still for another 4 days, up until Thursday, we are having Saturn in his, Mars in his phase, which I described last week as a bit difficult, makes him angry and unpredictable. Such phase of Mars can result in different meteorological or even natural disasters. Mars is very unpredictable. In this very moment, Mars is also squared by Jupiter. And who is more powerful? Jupiter, because Jupiter is in his own place in Sagittarius, in the 25 degrees of Sagittarius with Pluto, which is typically conjunction of power, really royal power beyond comprehension. And then we have the retrograde Mars, who is in Pisces, very unpredictable. I will remind you the story that in Babylon, in Sumer, Mars was the one that they feared more than Saturn. Now, in our contemporary society, we fear more Saturn, but I'm telling you that Saturn can be predicted. The actions of Saturn are known. We know what is Saturn always associated with, but with Mars, you do not always know, especially when he's in Pisces. It's hard to predict. So Mars in Pisces received the square from Jupiter, and Jupiter is more powerful, which is good. Jupiter is watching towards Mars. How the ancients describe this, I will tell you. This is again a game of power, and this means that first of all, people who are on powerful positions and in a very benevolent way can benefit from this. And also it says that in this contemporary game of power that results in the fake pandemic and whatever is happening in the world, it is a result of the games of powers of others. Why? Because in the very same moment as we speak, we do have the square between Jupiter and Mars, but then we do have the exact square, and it will continue for 30 days. It will be the square between the Sun, which just entered sidereal Libra, and Saturn. So this is the square. How this square is explained by the ancients, and if we compare the two huge squares happening on the sky, Saturn, Sun, and Mars, Jupiter, I see this really as battle. We are having the old, Saturn is representing the old figures, old people, elderly people, people who are on royal positions as well. And then we're having struggle of royal figures. Royal, take it from the broad sense, because royalties could be the elite figures. There will be a struggle. On the other hand, other powerful figures can come into the picture, or will be able to have a winning position. This week particular, very important because of Jupiter-Mars square, which is where Jupiter is more powerful and will give kind of energy, powerful energy and push, and will be helpful and will not allow Mars to have destructive actions. And then you have Saturn square the Sun, which is very heavy, and which always, if you see this in a natal horoscope, it is always so that with this exact square, people will suffer different diseases, which diseases can be chronic. The father figure who will be, for example, very ill, or will suffer, or will be poor. And when you see this on mundane level, it manifests in royal figures, elite, someone who is really shaky now, who is really struggling. This is happening for sure, and will be seen more and more. Even what I'm talking now for a week, it will be, it's just a small fraction of what is going on, you know, in a much wider sense, and it takes much wider time frame. But let's talk about this week. Indeed, I went too far. Also, what is happening this week is that we will be having for another 6 days, the whole week, Venus brilliantly, beautifully will remain in Leo, where she's powerful, very, very powerful, because you know from my other video probably that she's having particular dignities in the constellation of the Lion. She's trining Jupiter, very benevolent. Right now, as we speak, Jupiter and Venus create exact trine to a degree. This is such a beautiful harmonious aspect that the ancients again describe as, when this is happening, the prayers of the native will be heard by God. So pray, ladies and gentlemen, because our prayers will be heard, and exactly this is what we really need now to happen, so that the white powers win over the darkness. I will of course make now I'm making now my weekly predictions, but I'm preparing a very detailed, interesting, hopefully a video. I am researching the ancient empires and see how they resemble the contemporary time, and I hope to be able to make an interesting story based on such research. But yeah, it's difficult to limit in 1 week predictions because the events which are happening are just overwhelming. So until end of the week, we will have Venus in Leo, which is really, really beautiful. And after that, she's entering Virgo, when she will be supporting our talents and creative activities. And Mars, yes, Mars is in Pisces for another, up until Thursday, in this difficult phase. I'm very happy though that he's not anymore having this very dangerous, extremely alarming square with Saturn, because when Mars and Saturn are creating a square, I think this is the most scary astrological aspect, which is now gone. So you will see fight and struggle, power struggles, power games, which unfortunately will result on our on our everyday life, because well, this is what is going on. But let's see now day by day what is happening on Monday, 19th of October, first lunar day. First lunar day. I do not like very much this first lunar day because it is appearing in the very last degrees of Libra. Libra is a beautiful sign, and Libra gives us really very very like a large number of talents and qualities and expertises. Libra is absolutely beautiful, but the moon becomes visible for the first time in the very last. Such moon is void of course. What is this meaning? It is meaning that this month, whatever we begin, it is not really going to bring good. This month, not only the week, this month, whatever we do, it is not going to give very, very potent results. Like the moon, which is responsible for the action, the moon, which is responsible for life, for development, for what not, is like void of course. She's just resting, so she's not supporting any action. It is very important to tell you this so that you know that it is the month and the week are not very appropriate for very important new starts, new beginnings. This is yeah, this is the case. Moon void, of course, the first one. It means that we will be a little bit stuck. We will not manage this week and this month to win over the darkness, but we're stuck in Libra. And what is Libra? Talents, creativity, what we can do instead of being worried and afraid is to do a lot of creative work, to work on our awakening, to work on our higher vibrations, to work on our consciousness, things like that. And this will give results. But if you want to do something new of, like you say, this month on the first lunar crescent or on the second lunar crescent, I'm going to start my new business. Well, I don't know. I wouldn't do it if it's my business. So Monday, moon void, of course, do creative activities, pray, welcome the sun, look at the moon, first lunar crescent, make your wish, and mainly do creative activities. For some important works like surgical interventions, again, I'm worried when the moon has no course and this is marking the whole month. This is very important for you to know so that you can benefit. Now it is a day of the moon, so on Monday we can, of course, we need to have in mind that the moon is the Nana, sin of Babylon, are the rulers of the day. We can eat the foods of the moon. We can wear white, off-white, very light blue. Even green is given partially to the moon. We can wear larimar. We can wear white aquamarine. We can wear blue aquamarine. We can wear moonstone, selenite, white coral. Many, many beautiful stones are ruled by the moon. And yes, travel, you may, there are not really heavy dangers on this coming from the sky, but Mars is unpredictable and the moon is void, of course, so just be careful. Well, you can travel and you can do your routine work without expecting, if you start something new, to get super results. And now we're looking at Tuesday, 20th of October, second lunar day, and the moon is conjoined, very powerful royal star, the star of the army leader, and moon there is very powerful in terms of achieving power. And you will hear on Tuesday about world power games, and it will be so loud and so obvious because the moon will carry these energies for sure. This is what is going to happen. And also take a look at Uranus retrograde making opposition or receiving opposition from Mercury retrograde. So there will be conflicts and scandals, and things will be like, remember my introduction will be, the emphasis will be on power. And these games will influence our reality and will manipulate our reality as it is happening. This will not change yet. The moon is in these particular degrees important for making, like for well, if this moon, it is, first of all, they are ruled by Mars, and the moon is in this martial degree. So if you need the drive to make important decision or to rule your organization or business, actually this could give you a very good drive. The world power games you will hear, but this is another story. And then also, these are super degrees for natural healers, for people who are into the medical sector, people who understand from, who are into the deep, esoteric, occultistic knowledge. If you meditate or if you do spiritual practices now, you will get amazing results. But like I'm telling you, again, let's remember the month started with moon void, of course. So to run your business on routine basis, it's okay. To review your plans in terms of leadership position is also okay, but not really to, well, not really to start any new things. And for surgical interventions, a big no. And then because it is Tuesday, on this day, we may wear a red coral, a red ruby, carnelian, and there are other stones. And if you lack energy, if you need good energy, red food, red chilies, red paprika, red tomatoes, red food. All right, and let's see, Wednesday, 21st of October, third lunar day. again, the moon, unfortunately, is, I see that the moon is void of course. Any action that we do now will not bring result. This is moon void of course, it would say. And actually also the moon is conjoined the star Shaula. On this day, this is poison, peak of the Scorpion. You can hear lots of lies about vaccines and all this nonsense. You will hear a lot. We can hear a lot about poisons, medications. You will see in the media. But void, of course, this will not bring anything good. And again, a day where we have to do our spiritual practices and not really to do any important activities that we will hope to bring results, because they may not bring results. Spiritual practice is brilliant. Esoteric, occultistic, white practices, brilliant. And what else we can do? It is Wednesday, the day of Mercury, the day of Hermes, knowledge. If you are into natural sciences, if you are a natural healer, brilliant. If you to study, wonderful. The day is all about knowledge. Take it from any senses. So this is about, and then yes, we can wear emerald, green aquamarine, green beryl, which is similar to emerald, but not exactly green beryl, green chalcedony, green aventurine, green demantoid, garnet, and many gemstones which belong beautifully to Mercury. And let's see what is going on Thursday, 22nd of October, fourth lunar day, important lunar day. The moon is exactly sextile in Mercury and is going to make actually conjunction with Jupiter, and this is a good day, but never forget how the month started. So good day, yes, it is good for the day, and also it is a powerful day, and those and in the struggle game it will give certain results to which you will hear about. It will give certain results about Thursday to the more the winning, the powers that will look like in a winning position will be those that are the younger powers, not the old, which is represented by Saturn. And the days are more harmonious. For medical interventions, if not invasive, you may do, but yeah, the week has moon void, of course. However, good for philosophical work, to share your knowledge. Good for mainly studies, empathy, helping others. This will give result. And yes, do your spiritual work, of course. This for sure. To travel, be a little bit cautious because of aspect of Mars. The day is very powerful again. I think I told you one time, because on that day the king in the ancient Sumer was always crowned. Powerful day. Such will be the day, and it will be a good day. And because Jupiter is ruling the day, on this day we can wear yellow sapphire, citrine, golden beryl, golden tourmaline. Well, more exist as well, but these are the first that appear in my mind. And then October 23rd, Friday, fifth lunar day, another very powerful day. The moon is making a plane aspect to Venus. Beautiful, good. And the day is ruled by Venus, day of Venus. This is very nice. I see this as harmonious. On this day, you may do your routine work for good. You will have good result if you do philosophical work, if you do work of beauty, like creating beauty, because of the aspect of Venus. This will be beautiful. If you pray, meditate, you will get results because of the activated, one more time, trine between Jupiter and Venus and the moon. So powerful day, also could give good gains this day in your business, but not new beginnings. And the day is ruled by Venus. Venus, still a morning star. Athena Palace, and she only a couple of days and she's leaving Leo. Unfortunately, she's so powerful in Leo. Well, what can we do on this day? Yes, beauty procedures, creating beauty, and when Venus is ruling the day, we can, of course, try to look at her in the morning. This gives results. Like, address her with your request. You will see what results this will bring you if you believe in this even more. Then the gemstones. The first choice, of course, will be pink sapphire, pink diamond, white diamond, pink quartz, pink tourmaline or watermelon tourmaline. Very Venus-like, beautiful stones. Yes. What else? Saturday. 24th of October, excuse me, 6th lunar day, Saturday. The day is ruled by Saturn. The moon is in Capricorn in degrees which are clairvoyant, degrees which are psychic degrees super powerful degrees for those who can see the future. Well, use Saturday for that, to connect, to do spiritual activity so that you can connect, you know, which are the ones that are appropriate for you, for yourself. The moon is trining now. Excuse me, no, the moon is not making a trine. She's making harmonious aspect with Mars, which is okay. But this day, Saturday, is very Saturning also because the moon is with Saturn. So it's always good to address Saturn too, because he's the lord of the karma. He's the most difficult planet who is giving us all. He's in the core of all these celestial, of all these events which are taking place on Earth now. So it's very important that we have his blessing and goodwill indeed. So I advise you, if you can see Saturn on the sky, to look at him and really connect with this beautiful otherwise planet. So yeah, the day is very Saturning. On this day, I can tell you mainly is good for really a bit of self-isolation, like contemplation. This would be wonderful to do. New beginnings, not medical interventions with this aspect, absolutely not. To travel, well, you may, if you prepare yourself very well. What else? Yes, we can just do our routine work. We can do exact knowledge, organizing our businesses, organizing ourselves. We can just spend the day for organization of our businesses, of organizing boring administrative paperwork. This will give us result, and maybe we'll have even the muse to do it with this powerful moon in the Saturn in place. And also, like I said, clairvoyant degree, powerful, extremely potent clairvoyant degree of the moon, which will give you exactly this. If you make certain attempts, or if you're very intuitive, you can really practice under these conditions of Saturn and the moon. And because it is Saturn day of Saturn, the gemstones, you know, always the best first choice would be the blue sapphire. Then you can take even tanzanite, which has mixed rulership actually. Then you can take also the blue, I forgot the name, but you can take the amethyst, and the diamond, and the black diamonds are ruled by Saturn. And then let's see, Sunday, 25th of October, 7th lunar day, the critical lunar day, really critical lunar day. Well, on this day, I usually repeat, but the ancients would spend time on their own or in the temple doing their spiritual work, praying or contemplating, just to be out of trouble. And Venus is already in Virgo, and she's trining the moon, and she's trining now Saturn, which is so good, because then he's going to be, when he sees Venus, he loves Venus, so he will be less difficult, because she's looking towards Saturn. And this is happening on starting from this Saturday for 1 month ahead. Venus trine Saturn. This will obviously have financial impact, and can not necessarily be good, can generate high expenditures and will not be very beneficial for the markets too. Also because Venus in Virgo is a bit, well, it's financially not very generous, but when it comes to knowledge, she's very, very generous. Now, they ruled by the sun, and the moon is again still in very interesting degrees in Capricorn, but yes, the day is ruled by the sun. I absolutely recommend you welcoming the sun in the morning with your prayer, with gratitude. This gives beautiful results, I will repeat. And also because the day is ruled by the sun, is good to wear ruby, a carnelian, many other stones. Even the peridot is ruled by the sun. Carnelian, garnet, all colors of the garnet. And on this day, what we can do is some medical interventions we can do, some beauty procedures. Well, not if you have to, but it won't be dangerous. But also the Venus is not very dangerous, very generous when it comes to beauty in Virgo, but we can do a lot of creative work, studies, research. She will bless the creative activities of the mind. So be blessed for another week. I don't see that this week is so dark. It isn't. It is better than the week before, even though we cannot expect super developments and results yet, because the moon is void, of course, and this will be valid for the whole month. But you will hear my prognosis on the month. It will come somewhere next week. Thank you for your attention. Bye-bye.